Good evening. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Well, let's get started, shall we? Oh dear. Yeah. Dare I? Dare I enter madness? Sure. Barely visible. Okay. That's a little more than barely visible, but we'll take it. Chapter 1, Pierce Investigations Agency, Boston. Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns in his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his stupor. Torpor. From his torpor. Don't hear that too often. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Actually, Pierce is my middle name. My full name is Edward Pierce the Veil. I was worried I wouldn't have enough time to read that, but the loading is still progressing. Use L. Seaweed. Seaweed? Smokeweed. Crouch. Press. Toggle. B. It's a bit loud. There we go. Chain, 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 chain a door. Oh, ducking way down low here. You don't quite understand how chains work, do you? A hurricane lamp. Oh. Perhaps we don't want to get in the water. Ah. Bolt cutter. Come here, you dastardly chain.
In my wake, pulled along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
That's what you think. I'm going back. Orca.
A putrid offering.
Hey, you watch how you talk about that orca. Orcas are awesome.
have been chosen.
Oh, that was the wrong button. Left.
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Oh. Thought that was us.
I hate whiskey.
That was terrifying. Oh dear. Ugh, look at this place. I think I preferred the dank cave with all the corpses. Don't drink.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Do I kind of sound like Liam Neeson to you? 20th of October 1924, Pearson Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams. They are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? I don't know. You're not a very good detective, are you? Huh. Ooh. Uh-huh. Alright. It's a bit like Skyrim, I guess. One letter. Lost Battalion. 10-7-18. My old lighter that I engraved in the memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Aw. Wait a minute. Nope. Okay. Ah, Prohibition. Ah, Prohibition era. Bathtub gin. Bootlegging. That's enough of that jazzy crap, or whatever it is. Oh, crap! Okay. Calm down. It's just a ringing phone. Could be important. I better pick it up.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Uh-huh. Okay. What? It's always a good thing to have. That seems like a good use. Yes.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
No.
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
I'm badly dubbed, but I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
Shut up. Give me a drink.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look.
Okay, what? Huh? Get back in there, you. Whatever he's got is so scary, it took me right out of the game. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. Load up the game.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce? Private investigator.
That's correct.
Skip.
Hello, I'm Cookie.
Is that-
Skip.
I'm so very sorry, but I have...
Same as before.
Thank you for this information, Mr. P. And
What's wrong?
as you know, and Mr.
But are the...
Show yourself, Mr. Pierce. Used to...
Nope.
I'm coming. If you come to me, it means...
Nobody believes me. Sarah, even you.
The painter.
The police, they all...
I can't...
Fine, she would...
But if you...
I've brought all... I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Alright. Well.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
Dread. Inspect. Well, it's a painting. It's primarily green. A nice shade of green. I like it. There's it's there's it's yeah, it's a painting. This painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and child. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks it is linked to the death of his daughter. Ooh. Alright, let's take a look at this thing. Yeah, come on.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
The shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out the part of the address, Warehouse 36, Darkwater. Oh, I hear there are pirates around there. Police report, it says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide no domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? Press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a reclusive life with only their son, Simon.
So, Mr. Pierce, What do you make of these elements?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Okay.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
I don't like all these musts you're throwing out here. The only thing I must do is stay red and die.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
But all right then. More to say
The
here.
sender's label mentions
Nope.
warehouse,
That's right.
and you think you're...
That is what go to Dark...
All right. Sure.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Hey, come back and take this painting.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Indeed. What we got? What's in here? What's that?
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Case closed. Why did I need that? Ah, that's probably the book. Or that's the book. No.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. I used to be an avid reader.
Ah. Of California, books about California and Alaska? Ooh. intense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. The first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Thick book. Thump. Oh, we're going to take that too? What is this, an adventure game? Take anything that's not nailed down, then try and find something to loosen those nails with?
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston, but I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century, but it seems to have been shunned since then.
Good. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coasts of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Ah, classic. Owner hired me to find who didn't like the way I closed this case. When you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Alright. Stuff. Stephen Webster, age 63, occupation businessman. A wealthy businessman, well respected in the Boston area. Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I might investigate the death of his only daughter, Sarah Hawkins. Blah, 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 blah. Charles Hawkins, age 41, occupation shipowner. Charles Hawkins was a local celebrity on Darkwater. The heir of a shipowner family, he used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Hawkins took her to the Rhode Island Darkwater. There he had children. Oh. Deceased. Sarah Hawkins, age 33, occupation painter. Sarah Hawkins is a painter known for her torture. University was worshipped for their science of her works. No, kidding. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress known for her party-going chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continues to seek the truth. Simon Hawkins, age 11, occupation schoolboy. Only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, he died in the fire that claimed his whole family. It would seem that the world has forgotten the very existence of this isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It is a small, inhospitable island whose coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, and with only one outlet to the sea. It is mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up a supply post there in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think that the only venture on the island that is still profitable is its medical institute. Art of Sarah Hawkins. Intuitive and visionary artist for some, overpriced imposter for others, Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painting offers strange images with violent color and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are testimony to her vision of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions. Right. Chapter 2, Darkwater Port. Pierce took Hawkins' case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label and address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. But it's not. Strangely enough, the starting point for his investigation is a little schoolhouse on the outskirts of town. This one's taking a minute. What if Harry Potter was set in the Cthulhu universe? Perhaps Diagon Alley would have turned into Dagon Alley. Oh, just now the title sequence. Okay.
Almost there.
Lovely. Yodelay Cthulhu! Scylla. Uh-oh. Where's Charybdis?
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the harbor master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Dock 1, 2 docks. On the approach to dock water, I saw thick clouds masking the sky. They were so low they seemed intent on impaling themselves on the sharp reefs that circle the island. Fitzroy, the captain of the only tub that manages to float to the mainland, offered to help me. He may have documents that belong to Charles Hawkins. Fitzroy advised me to visit the port's bar. He mentioned a little pick-me-up. I suppose I could get the lay of the land at the same time. Fishermen have gathered around a carcass of a killer whale. I could have a look and see what the local cops have got to tell me. Captain Fitzroy offered to share with me what he has found on the Hawkins in the archives of the Harbor Master's office.
Hey, Sullivan, can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only... The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Whew, what a face on you.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
I'll listen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. Cops, they can't
How nice.
What did he call us just now?
I said you were a bilge rat, and even a poxed limpet. You think we don't know what you're doing? Hidden in the fog?
I'll shut up your big mouth.
Nothing for
once
you
and
here
all.
either.
Optimistic.
Fine, it's just you guys are blocking a public thoroughfare, so I'm not interested in what you've got going on, but if I'd like to pass by, you should let me.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Indeed.
Hey, be careful.
Nice.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Yeah? How did everybody else get in here?
Pure instinct. I behaved like a Hun, and I sincerely apologize.
Veteran, huh?
307th Infantry Regiment.
Oh. Well, that'll be okay for now. But the war is over. Try not to forget it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Okay.
You don't dare say a thing because you respect their memory. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a lot on your mind.
You're not a PI for nothing. Okay. I don't know what it's worth, though. But Mrs. Hawkins, she went to see her doctor very often.
She was sick.
Ah, I shouldn't have mentioned it to you. Forget it.
Aw.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
From a certain point of view.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Let me guess. Necronomicon? You.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
Ah.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
Okay.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
I have a feeling the catch wasn't miraculous for the whale.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The Shanty, 21st of May, 1847. Miraculous catch! The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remained of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful, nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of the whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate.
You have no right to treat us like this. And the
The miraculous catch is what the locals called the last catch of their whales. In 1847, though all the whales were disappearing from the fishing zone of Darkwater whalers, the crew of the Scylla made a gigantic and monstrous catch that saved the island from famine. They still celebrate this catch, and an article from the Times still decorates the bar. It's strange how the memory seems so alive, as if it was maintained by the survivors.
What did he say? He laughed. My God. You said it.
Pardon me?
She will do it again, you know. The girl doctor. Told me. She won't stop asking. I know.
The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost.
What you looking at, stranger?
I'm just passing by. Sorry.
Let me drink, stranger.
Sure. Ow. I thought it was the bathroom. Oh, fallen victim to something here. One moment.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
That is the table next to me. Oh.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins, but that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few of the dates are legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Redacted, 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 redacted. Roy Mitchell, age 55, occupation owner of the Stranded Whale Bar. Roy Mitchell runs the only bar on Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on the Stranded Whale, and sailors come to seek comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man therefore knows, more than anyone, the secrets and rumors of the inhabitants of the island. Exchange after a few glasses. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale hunting. If the numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by, the man will talk freely on the subject on which he is so keen, but he will be far less enthusiastic if one was to inquire about the source of his liquor. Darkwater Port. At the entrance of the port of Darkwater, one still passes the front of the shell of the Scylla, the last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there and is gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and the mainland. Here, the golden age of whale hunting is but a distant memory. The Stranded Whale. A bar where liquor is served with total impunity. It's the last thing I expected to find when I arrived on this island. The Stranded Whale is its name, and it's managed with an iron hand by the owner, a certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers, and he fiercely protects the identity of his supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there, and even I saw what looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and the sailors.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Cat. Bing!
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
Ah.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Peg leg. In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg.
What a macabre souvenir.
Macabre. Pretty sure that's not how you say that. Actually, say that word. Oh, I've been saying it wrong for years.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Oh.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
Usually, yeah.
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I saw it.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha, indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Yeah.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I did. I know.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Okay.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Sure. Gained one character point. Yeah. Might be good to get that up in a warehouse. Ah, the way is open, eh? Looks like the way is shut. Oh, not quite.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Oh. Well, we couldn't just go in directly? Why not? Let's go find out.
Something real bad. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Yeah, shysters. Yeah, dirty shysters. Hello. Excuse me. What's with that accent? I don't know. Just felt like it. What's wrong with it?
Well, you could tell me.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks.
Not even, and don't go looking there.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot.
And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Aha. Oh. How's the fishing, buddy? St. Brendan, the Navigator. 484 to 577. Yeah. What that?
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
It is green.
I've no idea what it says.
Alright, well. Okay. Oh, I was still ducked down. Don't run, this could just collapse on us.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
Yeah, well, what do you want? It's plot relevant.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Okay.
You again. I told you to beat it.
No, you didn't.
No need to get worked up.
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Told me no such thing, and I had other things to ask, too. Fine.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Crap.
Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
You're not sailors.
Something real bad.
Ah, I bet the woman with the cigarette holder was probably Cat. Oh. A lever.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
Bring on the winch.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Let's do it. Or...
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Very cool. Ah.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
A ratchet. fields. Not what else is there to do? Ah. You have found the final piece of the
It
puzzle.
should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Right.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
Well, that's great. Now what? You broke it. You bloody broke it.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf? Has the cat got your tongue?
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change a thing.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Ah!
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Oh, I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm going to have to deal with her.
Okay. Was the crank thing never gonna work, or what?
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
Yeah, it wasn't me, fellas. Sorry.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Ah.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Sure.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Drink, 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 drink some more. Yo ho ho.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Ah, if only indeed.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I understand.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Still mad, sir?
You again? I told you to beat it.
Yep.
No need to get worked up.
You could tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Well, we don't have a clear conscience.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
Huh?
We saw you talking to
We
the
get
two
extra
soaks.
chances.
Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll
stink less.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Kat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
The cop earlier looked like someone tried to give him a Glasgow smile.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
I bid you gentlemen farewell. If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't understand. You're not safe.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for...
Because its owner is dead. Now please, leave it...
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
He's gonna get us into trouble. They can't understand. You can't understand. You're not safe.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told that flunky that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
What can I get you?
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors.
Yeah, I heard this.
Sailors from around here screams.
Screams?
And that's not all. But I'll say no anything else.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Nope.
That'll be all for now.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message.
Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
She will do it again, you know. The girl doctor. I told her. She won't stop asking.
Let's brave it.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah, aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. It's something that I respect. So understand by that, if I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
Vacation.
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
Right.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us, and they'll be here long after we're gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
Oh.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
Alright, fine.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
No.
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me. And I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Sure.
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit, and nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Ah.
It's fine. He's with me.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Be a gentleman and move that for me. That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
She moves quick.
Ugh, this place stinks.
Woo-wee.
What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case? Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
James Fitzroy, age 45, occupation captain. James Fitzroy is captain of the Charybdis. Ah, okay. The only boat that still sails between Darkwater and Boston. His base is the harbor master's office, where he misses nothing that happens on the island. Inhabitants of Darkwater respect him. The bootleggers despise him. He offered to help me with my investigation. Cat, age 24. Occupation, gang boss. Boss of a gang of bootleggers, which seems to use Darkwater as a hideout. Cat always keeps an eye on her territory, the zone of abandoned warehouses on the docks. I have the impression that all the men on Darkwater fear her. Even Mitchell, the owner of the stranded whale, is reluctant to talk about her. She uses Darkwater as the point of departure for her cargoes of whiskey, and she is slowly gnawing away at Captain Fitzroy's territory. Territory. St. Brendan. Does the patron saint of whales and whalers still protect the sailors of the Darkwater? Visibly, there were other gods before St. Brendan, and their worshippers do not seem to be of this opinion. Locals still worship the old saint, but that mark was made on the statue by another cult. Since when did saints become gods? Hawkins Warehouse. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, this warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of life attest to the fact. The presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted, probably removed from a wound, as well as pills, painkillers, and sleeping pills. Moreover, the occupant seems to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life. Photograph press cutting, which I have not found yet, so I don't know why it's here. But it is the discovery of a partially charred painting recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion. Okay, haven't talked to him about it either, so, okay. Right. Don't get ahead of me, game. There's the bandages. The Petite Parisienne. Anything else?
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car is parked down the way.
Oh, yay, drive.
Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Nice. Chapter 3, Garden of the Hawkins Mansion. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises, signs of recent occupation as well as partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. Really? Didn't sound like it. Police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins Mansion. Ooh, neat.
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion.
How delightfully awful looking.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Winchester.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
No, not just yet.
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around it, would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Nope.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
I'd like to, but I got a real start late, and it's time to stop so I can get ready to go to work late pretty soon. I'll follow you in just a minute. Okay, a lot of minutes. Just wait for me over there. Really liking this so far.